During the class, the teacher told her students that a friend of theirs in the next class lost her gold watch while she was doing al-wudu and asked them to pray for her to return her watch to her, so she invited the students, including Allah, the poor student who knows the owner of the watch and how arrogant she is, as well as the times she bullied her for being poor. During the recess, the students came out of the class to rest and eat some food or sandwiches, and when they entered the class, they were surprised by the headmistress of the school asking them to open their bags for inspection and look for the missing watch. All the schoolgirls opened their bags except Allah, who looked very sadly at the principal, refused to search her bag, crying and said to the principal, "I am not a thief." At the insistence of the principal, Allah refused and cried. The class teacher intervened and asked Allah to follow her with the bag to her room. Allah and the principal went to the teacher's room, who smiled at Allah and said, "I know that you are one of the best students and that you are always honest in your words, but your bag must be searched to make sure that you are honest and your friends feel equal to you." Allah was convinced by the words of her teacher, whom she loves very much, and when the teacher opened the bag, she was surprised and her eyes were filled with tears. She found the remains of sandwiches and other foods that Allah took during the recess after the students' breakfast, where half of a quarter of a sandwich is left, so Allah collects it and eats some of it and then carries the rest to her mother and siblings at home to have lunch and dinner, because her family is poor and no one asked them about it, and she felt embarrassed, so she refused to open her bag in front of her classmates so that they would not see the remnants of their foods with her. But after she calmed down, she apologized to the principal and her teacher, who cried from the scene for a long time, and the principal hugged Allah and apologized for neglecting her. Then the principal as well as the teacher promised her that she would take care of her and her family until she graduates from the university. Meanwhile, the headmistress heard the voice of the student saying, "We found the golden watch. The owner forgot it at home." She called her family and learned that it was inside her room. Allah returned to her house and told her mother what had happened. So the mother was very sad and she said to her daughter, "Are you complaining about the creator of the creatures and God? My daughter will compensate us for our patience and endurance." A few days later, the teacher called Allah before she entered her class, smiled at her and said, "Thanks to God, my husband and some of his righteous friends have taken care of you and your family until you and your siblings graduate. And the ministry also sent you a check for a large amount of money that you can spend starting now."
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون ولا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الفاسقون لا يستوي أصحاب النار وأصحاب الجنة أصحاب الجنة هم الفائزون لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم